Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. We are here. Happy weekend. Fangirlz time. Let me move from that weird poster on my wall. Hey, Kristan.
Hi.
How you doing? Happy weekend. Although yours, I don't know when you ever have weekends, actually.
Well, I'm taking my last vacation day ever tomorrow. So I have a half of a weekend. I go back on Sunday. But I'm at least, I was off today. And I slept some of it, yay, because I'm still, how do I sleep? I don't know.
Everybody, Kristan got her booster shot.
Ooh, I did that.
We are both boosted.
My armpit's gone. Up. Yeah, that's great.
Did you do the windmill after you got it?
Oh, you have to, right? You have to just move it around, and then you're like,
it does work. I'm upset that I didn't know about it until after I got both my vaccine shots. So I was like, oh.
I still had some arm pain after, but like laying on that side was like, stop it. You can't. You know how it goes. You also know, I'm sure, hopefully by now, if you don't know, tell all your friends. Tell your friends who may need to know that the best place to get discount collected editions at a great affordable price with fantastic, amazing shipping in stocktrades.com, our great sponsor, of course.
Absolutely.
They're the best. They're having a lot of great deals, even more than on the front page. So if you want, you should go to like the publisher you really like, sort by discount, and you will see all the heavily discounted at the top because they're like 60+% off some books. Really, really good stuff right now. So check them out. A lot of great, really low omnibus, great cheap hardcovers. I mean, now more than ever, get your Black Friday in early, pretty much, right?
Oh yeah, get your shopping done now.
Yeah.
I am like a proponent of getting all of my holiday shopping done before Thanksgiving hits.
Yes.
So that's my goal every year. So I get my like nerdy shopping done online, so it gets here in time, and I go the outlet mall for my regular people the weekend before Thanksgiving without fail every year.
Absolutely. That's the perfect way to do it. And now more than ever, right? Because you just don't know what's going to happen. And everyone keeps saying this, but there's going to be procrastinators still, which is going to make the mail even more delayed because that's how it is. There's only so many people, But check out instocktrades.com.
Oh man, unrelated, but related to hauls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I scored a very big haul.
Oh.
And the haul, people who follow me on Twitter already know, PS5, which is arriving tomorrow officially.
Yeah, I follow you on Twitter, so I heard about this. That's very exciting. Were you like stalking the sites? Were you doing the notifications thing?
Yeah, so like I followed a couple like the big Twitter accounts that like post things like Wario64 and Cheap Ass Gamers. And then Rob, who's on Near Mint, would message me, tell me what deals are coming up. And then my friend Ren would as well. And finally, I hit one of those Walmart ones. And I was like, it put me into like a wait list at like 3 p.m. when it opened for like 30 minutes. And I was like, well, I'm not going to get it, but we'll just leave it open. And I got in and you had like 10 minutes to check out. I was like, oh, I have to cart. Okay, here's my credit card. Oh, okay. It was one of those like, I have this now.
This
it'll
happened,
be here. Yeah, so.
What's crazy to me is like, this is like, am I wrong? I feel like this is the first time it's went this long after launch where you still can't get something.
Absolutely. And that's because of the chip shortage.
Yeah.
And also it's different now. We have bot issues and stuff that we didn't have before with like console releases. So it has been difficult. 1 second, letting my dog inside.
Okay. I want to say hi to the chat. James is here. Hi, James. Hi, Chris. Freddie. Hello. Of course, Gabby. Lovely to see you. Glad you could be here on a Friday. Just saying hi to the chat,
Hello, chat. How's it going? Dude, this is a fake crisis. Look at sales and shipping numbers of PS5 compared to Xbox. Who even knows? I'm just glad I got what I never have to worry about again. Yeah, well, I shouldn't say that. Knock on wood, because it's supposed to be here tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I don't know.
You better stalk your Porsche. You know how people are.
Yeah, well, I've signed for it.
Oh, okay, good.
So I will be here.
Good deal. That's good.
I'll be here, and I've got some friends over to play the Dark Pictures Anthology, like new game, House of Ashes, which has Ashley Tisdale in it.
Weird.
So
that's what she's doing now.
What person gets to be Ashley Tisdale? So we finish that tomorrow, so I'll be at home.
Better be you.
I'm not playing Ashley Tisdale. actually.
right.
I am playing the person she's cheating on her husband with.
Oh, scandalous.
I know. Oh, congrats. I managed to pick up 2 PS5s on release. Wow. One for me and one for my daughter. Bizarre that I had no issues getting them. Man, good on you for getting one for your daughter.
Do you have like a random weirdly shaped space picked out for it to go?
Man, no. And I am livid. Guys, we're going to talk about the book in a bit. But listen, I think it's ugly. And
it's so ugly.
All of my other systems are black.
Mm-hmm.
So this does not match my aesthetic at all. Because down here, okay, guys, I know you probably, Maddie, you have like a room full of books that don't match. Yeah, the basement's a different story. This is geek room. But upstairs, you walk in, and besides my like Justice League movie collection case, everything else looks like, oh, a regular person lives here who has no nerd proclivities, right? You come down here and you're like, that's a lot of Wonder Woman. Like, yeah, I get it. But yeah, that PS5 does not match anything. So this Seto Kaiba looking motherfucker is gonna be next to my TV, I guess. I have no idea.
Such a weird choice. I'm not over that.
Aw, I'm sorry you're feeling poopy.
Yeah, we hope you feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that behemoth.
It looks like well, we've all went through what it looks like. It looks like a lot of random things. But
yeah, Dom, I think I will either get stickers or like replacement side panels just to like class it up a little bit. But for the first week, I think I will print a picture of like Seto Kaiba's face to put on the top, just to like really get in the zone.
Perfect.
But anyways, I know we're going to talk about a book, so we're supposed to be talking about Far Sector today.
That's right.
I don't know how many people in the chat have read Far Sector. The trade just came out like a few weeks ago or something. Finally, this is DC. It's by N.K. Jemisin.
Yes.
With art by J. Campbell. J. Campbell also did art for like Naomi. And N.K. Jemisin has written all sorts of things about a lot of like fantasy novels. But yeah, so this is a brand new Green Lantern character and very new reader friendly. Like I assume you've never read any Green Lantern or anything.
No, that's what I was going to say. So I walked in wondering, I know it's a young animal. Usually those things you can just jump in. But you're like, yeah, no, Green Lanterns exist. I'm like, yeah, I know they exist. Don't know what they're about. I know there's something about a ring. That's what I got, right?
It's kind of like Space Cops, but not like Space Cops.
Okay. That's what I gathered.
They don't have like an authority. It's like the Nova Corps. They're the Nova Corps, but in DC.
Okay.
If you know what that is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They've got abilities and powers, and they help people.
Yeah, okay.
Beings.
And I didn't even know that walking into it, right? So it is absolutely new reader friendly because I understood the story. I figured it out, you know?
And I think if you can introduce a new character without having to like require any background knowledge from the reader for like the wider universe, I think that's a good sign. Personally, I think when you do introduce new characters, it should be like that with there can be little tidbits that an older reader would appreciate. But I appreciate that you just go in blind. It's basically like more of a great sci-fi story. At its core, you have an outsider with abilities who came from Earth, going into this like going into this planet that has 4 big races that don't exactly work super great together, but have worked great together for the past 5 centuries. And she's helping out, but it was very easy to fall into.
Yeah, I have to mention before we get into it that this was clearly set up for, we talk a lot about like trade reading versus single reading. It's very clearly set up for grabbing these issues off the stand. Yeah. And I say that because beginning of every issue, there's a real quick recap. But the way she did that was absolutely perfect, and it worked fine for trade reading too. But I just love that because so often I think, these things sell as singles, and they don't necessarily set them up where you can grab issue 5 and be totally fine.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of us wouldn't necessarily want to do that, but maybe if you're just walking into a comic shop for the first time, maybe you're like 15 and you're like, what do I get? This looks cool, and this is the one that came out. Can I just jump into this? Theoretically, you should be able to, right?
Yeah.
But so many are not set up like that. And the way she recapped it, because there's always that one page, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's just a quick, little recap. And some of it was real snarky. And some of it was like, yeah, okay, you've already heard this. Or just, I love that. I love the way it was done every time. I was interested in how she was going to do that. And I thought she did perfectly.
Frey said that the recap reminded him of the sensational She-Hulk by Byrne. I agree.
That's great.
It was so cute because you had that recap, and then they always had a little thing where it was Far Sector, but in a different genre.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cute.
Yeah.
You had that one page that was her with zombies, which is alluding to kind of what they were going on with. You had the romance one. It's really cool. No, I'll get into because I do want to have I want to have a bit of the show after we talk about it, where we talk about the overall reactions to this book online, because I was looking for other people's recaps or whatever, and all I found were DC's new SJW, but immediately. But we'll get to that after.
Yeah.
We talk about that after we talk about what we got about the book. One second. I had to yell at my dog. Okay. So, I guess we can get to first thoughts or talk about the world building. There's a lot to talk about here.
There's a whole lot to talk about. Yeah, I'm where do I start? Well, we can just mention the art real quick though, because of course.
Absolutely. J. Campbell is, stunning.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Dom said right. The art, it's perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. Just recently we're talking about Dan Mora, right, and how perfect his art is. To me, J. Campbell's right on the same level, where the characters they so come out to life, and they're so beautiful, and the colors are so vibrant, and the style and the faces, everything is so great, and just the world building, which I know that was a team effort, but the art, really brought that out.
Just realistic in the perfect way. It's we've never, it's one of those, it's like a Dan Mora thing, right? We've never necessarily seen these characters in real life, but I feel like I could identify them now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just absolutely. I'm trying to find a really good page to and let's see if my iPad will show up well on here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just completely realistic in the perfect way.
Mm-hmm.
That looks a little dark, but it looks better than that. Yeah, I don't know. It's not
you're dealing with 4 alien races, main alien races there.
Yeah.
And they're so perfectly distinct and recognizable. Even throughout, when you see, first of all, it's easy to recognize different people within that species from one another, which apparently is a tall order for a lot of books, as we've learned. But you're able to really pick up on their personal traits between them. And also just the style.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think I could spend a whole half hour talking about just the style choices, not just with, I don't know how to say her name, Shijorner. I always say that wrong.
That's what I would say. Oh, hi, Robin.
But her style is so fluid and so her throughout. When she has her braids, or she goes into the pompadour, or she's got her hair in a wrap, or whatever she's wearing, or using her Green Lantern powers to give herself a super chic raincoat, or her signature glasses, which she has to use some of her Green Lantern power to do. Those aren't real glasses. She is sustaining that to look cool. That is all style. I love that. I love because you get to see a lot of different types of faces that you wouldn't normally get to see. That this is, to me, this is such a great example. And I'm new to the genre, but Afrofuturism. Like, I feel like it's such a great example of that. I feel like J. Campbell does it so well. And someone who's like so into sci-fi and fantasy, I'm like, this is just like checking off like everything that I love.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, so cool.
Yeah, the art was like so consistent, and we've mentioned Dan Moore. It reminds me of, like, consistency of like Fiona Apple too, like the kind where, like, you know, because I know we've all read comics where we'll see some panels and be like, you really phoned that in, like those backgrounds are just like stick figures, or like you could tell that they kind of had to rush an issue out.
Yeah.
And to think about the kind of schedule, I don't know what the schedule was when it came out. Maybe it was like once a month, I don't know. But to think about that and the kind of like amazing consistent
absolutely
like art that pulled out, it was just kind of blew me away a little bit. It was like, man, like you don't get this kind of level that often on weekly comics, you know?
No, luckily it absolutely deserved it. Because I know we're talking about the art. The writing is impeccable. The writing, the dialogue, the descriptions. So this teamwork between Jemisin and Campbell is beautiful. The way they very easily get you into this world and its issues and its people and its species and its conflict. That's not easy to do. And like you said, the fact that they're able to sustain that throughout is one, they deserved it. But a lot of, you know, books we talked about, you have a great writer, but you lose the artist part way. It can really hurt the overall feeling of the story. And this is one where you get exactly what's promised from the beginning until the end. There's only 12 issues.
Mm-hmm.
I could read about her forever. And I guess we can get into a summary because we didn't really talk about what's happening.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's what I'll say.
So I guess of a quick summary, Sojourner, we don't know completely we know about how she became a Green Lantern, but we don't get into the nitty gritty of it, which honestly I think is good.
Mm-hmm.
She's from America. She was in the military. Then she joined the police force. And in both situations ended up seeing some things and some abuse of power, or like blindly following orders by their higher ups in a way that hurt civilians that she wasn't able to like deal with and come to terms with. So she ultimately left both those positions and ended up being chosen to be Green Lantern and go to this far sector where there's no Green Lanterns. And she's sent to a planet that has, you know, for centuries, 5 centuries, had no conflict, no murder. And she's sent to help because there is a murder that happens. And so she's there to work amongst these people to help them. And in the background, which is a very Doctor Who thing, I think Hayden would appreciate it, is that they have all taken like this dampener for emotions. So that way they do not lend themselves to murder, because some of them have like more cannibalistic tendencies. Like you have the species that eats beings that have thought, have sentience. So you have a whole entire population that essentially they've taken away the big highs, lows of their emotions, so they don't do anything. Which is the basis of this, but also important part to go and throw in that we should talk about, is how her powers are different. So for most Green Lanterns, you just have the power, that's it. Which they did allude that her ring is different than most Green Lanterns, but hers has like an amount of, it has to recharge. She does run out of, she can't just constantly do Green Lantern things. So she has a limit on that, which is interesting because she has to rely on diplomacy a lot of times and use her power strategically, which also feeds into the, you know, her past in the police, in the military, having too much power, which ends up hurting people. But yeah, that's the quick and dirty of it. Obviously, you know, hindering people's emotions is more complicated. there are some problematic power dynamics in the leadership and all of that. But man, fascinating. The levels of it, being able to compare that to like current issues that, our country is facing, that other countries are facing, that have always faced, and seeing how this all plays out, but in a field that's different than ours.
Yeah, overall, really liked it too. But I do have to talk about one thing I really didn't like.
Ooh, tell me.
That was consistent. So there's this species, right? Called I believe, AT-ATs.
Yeah.
Which is an at symbol and then AT.
Yeah.
Look, I just think it was so cringy. Cringy. It just, no way it couldn't have been cringy. And of course, the main character was like, yeah, I know this is so stupid. Like, she's aware, but it bothered me every time it happened because I'm like, really? Like, and they have the worst names. Like, what? I can't even remember. Like, has something.
Yeah, her assistant is.
I can't remember the whole name.
I feel like it's has Cheeseburger or something.
Cheeseburger like wasn't in it. It was something else. Yeah, because you think it's going to go Cheeseburger, and then it didn't. It's
shortened to Can I Has.
Can Has, yeah.
Yeah.
And just like every time I was like, this, I don't like this. And it really made me think, right? This thing's really going to date itself pretty fast.
Yeah, that's true.
Because memes were involved too. Memes were like a form of currency.
Yeah.
And that was a little cringy for me too. I was like, really? That's what okay.
Basically imprisoning people in debt to slave away to create memes. Just they have to give them their emotions back, so they have the ability mentally to put together these memes to send.
Like a meme farm. Yeah.
That is
I didn't like either one of them. I was like, this is cringy. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that one. But I did like the way that their minds worked, though. Like their whole like internet world, how that went. But I do agree about the meme thing.
Yeah, I think we could have.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
Hayden Kenna has less cringe. I mean, that's what I'm saying, right?
I will say the Can I Has thing. If that's like our age internet, and that's already way too long ago.
I was thinking that too. I was like, this. I mean, any other younger person picking this up may not even understand that reference.
No, Hayden, do you know what that? Oh, Hayden said Can I Has, but Hayden, you're young. Gabby, do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know about that stuff? Yeah. But what do you think about Hot Man McGee? That's what I call him.
The guy.
Her two romance interests in this.
Yeah, he was a great character.
Yeah, and beautiful.
And had that, like that good twist that I think anyone watching, I don't know if we want to ruin that, but that was good and interesting. I do like how it ended though. How the triangle ended. That was my preference.
I do too.
So I'm glad that happened.
Yeah, and I thought it was really sweet too. I don't want to really spoil things, but there's a conversation early on. You meet this like bartender type character who's keeps trying to make coffee for Sojourner, which is really funny to me because they can't.
Yeah.
Make coffee.
It's so gross. Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I'm trying to replicate what you said. I didn't know you can add cyanide. Like, I don't know. And they have a conversation where they tried something because, like, they do really flirt with Sojourner the whole time. And she says to them, like, I really like you, but there's got to be feelings in there for me. I can't just be physical. That's not how it works, which is why it really did work for like her and dude whose name I forgot for that little bit. I'm way over hot guy going, I want to kill you, let's make love. Hey, I mean, fair.
Yeah, it's a trope that keeps coming around for a reason though.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
you can see that in real life.
I thought you were like a youngin.
I thought Hayden was a little baby too. Hayden, are you not a little baby?
Hayden, I think you're a little baby. But not like a baby, but like a little baby.
Just a bit of a baby.
Now I just like saying little baby. Just keep saying I really like Far Sector. I need more Joe Molly Lantern in my life. Yes. Just God, the style. Also, I really like. This is gonna sound really dumb, and somebody that like go watch this later and be like SJWs. But there was a shot as I was reading this. It's just dumb for me to be excited about, but the bar is low, and you'll understand in a second. But like, it was from behind, and where like you get this. There's this one panel, and on like the edge of it, you were seeing it from like her waist down, and then like the rest of the view. Now, in any other comic, I would have seen every detail of that spandex clinging to her butt, and they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Which is okay. The bar is so low, but I was like,
absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. I think I remember noticing that too, because we've seen that so much pop up.
And the amount of like Captain Marvel butt I saw in Avengers that was like awkwardly placed.
Oh my gosh. All the time. Just right there in the
Yeah, and her butt was like, there, but it wasn't like
yeah.
But also I liked there'd be different panels where like she's thick. She's not a typical body type.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that was really cool. Also, her style is so cool.
Yeah, she was consistently like
God, she's so cool.
The coolest looking.
Like, man, Freddie, I'm okay with butts being drawn that way if it's like across the board. You know what I mean? If you're
That's the thing, that level is not even at all, for sure. Yeah.
So like Nightwing, keep it going. Give that to the dudes as well, and I mean for real, not like the male gazy. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Make it even. It's fine. But I want more of her with everyone, everywhere. Yeah.
Robin is voicing her opinion, and she also really liked her and wants more.
What do you have to say? No. Stop it.
She just wants love.
So how did you feel about how everything wrapped up? I think it was predictable.
Yeah, I think it was
not in a bad way.
Yeah, totally predictable, but I like that in some of my stories, right? I'm like, I want this kind of ending. This is what I want, to enjoy the ending and feel like it wrapped up, and I felt that way. Robin felt the same. Thank you, Robin, for your input.
Yeah, I felt like if I was going to recommend this, like if a Star Trek fan came to me, like TNG, Deep Space Nine kind of Star Trek fan, I would recommend Far Sector. Because I feel like it delivers exactly what Star Trek typically delivers, which is a great look on how diplomacy works in general, but also with like different races, as well as just like interpersonal relationships and growth and character growth, like and character exploration with that like setting. It reminds me about writing about diplomacy and Mass Effect for grad school. Love it. Oh no, I heard that they haven't done a good job with her character since the series, because she hasn't been in much, right? Maybe since like Justice League, I think she's in. I'm sure somebody can tell me, but I haven't read any more of her in anything. I almost don't. I want her to interact with her characters, but I almost kind of want her to be in her own bubble, because I don't want her to ever have to. I don't want the wrong people to touch her.
I was going to say she'd be like subject to obviously different writers and artists, which isn't as cool.
Yeah, she deserves a lot, and I think she has a lot to offer. And I don't want her to be in a story where she doesn't get to do what she does best. Like if you add her into a Justice League run, and she's the one like really talking about the tactics overall, diplomacy versus force, how to balance that. How cool would that be? What a cool little convo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. And I would like to see her talk to the rest of the Green Lanterns. Bust some heads.
I do fear if I ever read other Green Lantern now, I'm going to be like, you're not as cool. You're just not. There's
They're
no
really
way you're
not.
as cool.
And I've read some great Green Lantern runs. They are not as cool as her.
You can't be. With that outfit, you can't be. The sunglasses.
She's so
I guess they're not sunglasses, but...
I want to be her so bad. Be her or be with her. I just think she's wonderful. I just think she's swell.
We should all just get those sunglasses.
Yes.
They're rocking this in public.
Yes. They're very girl on, so I'm really about it. I feel like I have other thoughts, but...
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there. So the live-action version of this casting...
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe, right?
Well, oh, yeah. No, this... she is Janelle Monáe.
Come on.
And I know that they've talked about doing some Green Lantern shows. Like, I know HBO is doing it, but, like, if they don't have Janelle Monáe playing her, like, what's the point?
Yeah. Why'd you do it anyway? Yeah. What's the point at all?
Come on.
I think there was even a Janelle Monáe quote at one of the beginning of the issues. I'm like, of course.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, obviously she's the inspiration. You don't just
be perfect.
It's like they were listening to her album and was like,
yeah, probably.
Here we go.
There's probably an interview out there we haven't heard that they're like, yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. Well, we did it.
We did it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Goodreads. So did you.
Yeah, it was really great.
It's very good. Everyone should read it.
Just if you can get over the cringe.
It wasn't on. The art's so beautiful. It is a shame. I haven't picked up the trade, but I believe it's probably going to be printed with the same paper that DC trades have been printed with lately, which is that kind of dull paper. It's not
like
the shiny
matte paper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's better suited to the more traditional pages.
Yeah.
I would
glossy.
Gladly buy like an oversized version of this.
I can see that happening. Throw in a lot of like sketchbook stuff at the end.
Yeah,
you know.
I would love to just read about like their choices going into this, how to come up with the races, like I'd love to listen to them talk about it, like, because when you do something like this, it's completely new. I'd love to know the thought process. Mm-hmm. Is that something they worked on together, developing the style of the aliens? Like, what does that look like? I'm very curious.
Absolutely. You know, I've been wanting to read some other N.K. Jemisin stuff for like a long time, and I'm like, maybe I have to now.
Yeah, because I have a bunch on my list. Let me see. Because a lot of it's just novels.
Oh yeah. But you know, we like those. We're weird.
Yeah.
Like the Broken Earth trilogy.
Yeah, Broken Earth trilogy.
I hear about that all the time.
Is this Jemisin's first comic? I guess it is.
It's the first one I've heard of.
Yeah. I mean, she killed it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, absolutely. She wrote the Inheritance trilogy. Yeah, a lot of like other sci-fi stuff. I'd like to pick it up. Oh, she wrote, of course she did, write a Mass Effect Andromeda tie-in novel.
Now you have to.
Damn it.
Do it. Get it now. Throw that in her.
The intro by Gerard Way kind of answers how she came to be. Okay, I need to look into that.
Yeah, I read half of it, and then I was like, oh no, because you never know when intros are going to spoil
the story. I tend to skip it unless I own the book.
Yeah, so I kind of like, and I was like, okay, no, I need to skip this because there's so many times I've been burned by intros.
It is her first comic. Gerard read a bit of her novel and was like, this person. Man, Gerard.
He's making the good decisions.
We're My Chemical Romance fans for life.
That's right. 100%.
That's how it is. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was on purpose. I agree. I would love it as oversized. I would love for her to just have to continue to do her own thing forever. I love DC. Everybody can leave her alone. Let her do her own thing. Let it be Star Trek and she'll just go different worlds and help out stuff.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun, and they can do that forever. The end.
Yeah, and you know what? More comics should just do that kind of thing forever. Don't overcomplicate it.
Don't make this hard for like new readers to get involved.
No, just do a Monster of the Week format.
Yeah.
Forever.
Poland Angel season 5, like we'll be fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Just jump in and out. We're good.
Yeah. Well, what's up, guys? How? What are y'all reading or playing or whatever? Once again, this week I found myself like wishing that you lived here because I picked up a new video game. And it's like a visual novel type thing where it's like a choose your own adventure. You're just talking to people, basically. But I've been playing this game called Root Letter, and it made me think of you because it's very anime, but like you try to contact a pen pal you had like 15 years ago who stopped writing letters to you. And you find this letter that you didn't realize you had where she was like, hey, I killed someone. My bad, I can't talk to you anymore. And you're like,
oh.
And so you go back to the town to go find her. You never met her. You just have a picture of her in her letters. And you get there and you're like, hey, I'm looking for this girl. Like, oh, her house burnt down. Like, oh, okay, well, y'all know where she is? And they're like, no, she died 25 years ago. And you're like, but she's my pen pal 15 years ago. And you have to go through the town, which is like a real town in Japan, and like figure out what happened. I was like, oh man, I love it.
That's awesome. That sounds fantastic.
Sent Kristan a thing. Also, Maddie, did you get Spider-Woman crossover trade? No, I didn't.
Thank you, Freddie. I thought I saw a message from you, Freddie. I haven't opened it yet. I'm sorry. That's exciting.
Freddie's waiting to watch Shang-Chi as soon as y'all wrap up. Oh, is this your first time seeing it, Freddie?
I really need to watch it.
Someone from our, a colleague of mine actually helped out with that film. Isn't that crazy?
That's exciting.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
What Disney Plus announcement was your favorite today? Did you catch any?
Yeah, I gotta look at the list again.
I'm so
telling her favorite.
I know.
Oh, X-Men 97, 100%. That's my favorite. 100%.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for
that. I mean, all the announcements I'm excited for already were announced. Like Miss Marvel, obviously, She-Hulk, Ironheart. They're just delivering these characters to me on a platter. Like, here you go. So
the Agatha show is going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about Marvel zombies. I think, why? And I love zombies, you guys. I'm tired
of
it. Is the book good? Because people buy that.
I never read it. But yeah, people like that back in the day.
Well, if you like it, I'll trust you.
I don't know if I'll like it, but I'm going to watch it.
It's no evolution of Wolverine the X-Men, but it's 97. Cool.
I mean, it'll never be evolution, but that's of course where my heart feels it. I'm like, a new X-Men like card. Yes, that's what I need.
Yeah, I just it feels good to see some X-Men, especially to see it given that weight that Disney Plus is giving it.
Yeah, totally.
Hey, Robin, can we talk? She's like, you can sit in my lap, okay, or on my shoulder. Oh gosh, okay. Marvel Zombies is easily oversaturation. I would have loved as a single What If episode every season.
That's fair.
Of course, still excited about Hocus Pocus too. Nothing's changed with that for me. Let's see. Kristan, last week you talked about Paramount Plus. Did you ever watch the new Rugrats? As you should. And you should watch Why Women Kill.
I haven't watched either one. Here's the deal. So the Paramount Plus app on my Xbox is the slowest garbage piece of app I've ever experienced. And I don't know what the deal is. So it's been bothering me so much that Reed and I are just into Ink Master, so we're watching that, which is not something this audience may be interested in, but that's what we're watching. I will get to Rugrats. I'm excited. Why Women Kill, I haven't watched any of that, so I will add that to my list, James. Thank you.
Yeah, I think I hadn't seen anything else I was super excited about, but I didn't check this afternoon either. Oh, yeah, no. I can't even get Paramount Plus and that's so sad.
It is the worst then. I mean, what is the deal?
How dare they?
Yeah, that's terrible. I knew it was garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Groot thing looks cute, of course.
I could go either way. Like, I like Groot.
Yeah, like,
that's where I'm at with it. I'm sure it'll be good. I'll watch all this stuff. Doesn't matter. You know, I can say what I want to say. I'm going to watch everything.
Yeah.
End of story.
That's good. Well, I did tell you I have a random story. I don't know if anyone watching will care about it, but I'm interested. And if anyone even knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, so there's this band, Foxy Shazam. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Foxy Shazam.
Yeah, so I love them too. Reed's like a huge Foxy fan. He's loved Foxy for like ever. He's been to a lot of shows.
That facial hair.
Oh my gosh, right? So Eric Nally is the lead singer. A lot of you in the chat, if you don't know Foxy, may know him from the Macklemore song Downtown. I remember when that came up, people were like, who is this? I'm like, you don't know Foxy, you know? So we took a trip to Cincinnati. And we're at this great international grocery store that they have. I think you're probably familiar with Jungle Jim's, of course.
You're so close to me. Oh,
I didn't even think about it. Yeah, because I don't even think about that distance. I just think of where we travel.
So close.
You know? Well, shoot. I'm sorry. We just went on a little day trip, and because we love Jungle Jim's, we go there. Reed's favorite thing to eat at Jungle Jim's, if anyone wants to know, is what is it called? Club Orange.
Yeah.
Do you know Club Orange? It's Diet Club Orange. It's from Ireland, and it's his favorite drink of all time. So, like, he literally there were like 4 2-liters. He just grabs them all. There's none left. He's like, man, I would have gotten more. And I'm like, I know.
One day we need all to go Cincinnati together and, like, film ourselves going to comic book shops, but also film Jungle Gym so people can see all the wild animatronics in this random grocery store.
Oh my gosh. And we went to the new location, which we hadn't been to. And that one was great because we were expecting billions of people like usual, but it was more chill. And I was like, okay, but we also got lost because we're used to the other one. Yeah. We're like, oh my gosh, where's the checkout? Like, so we got lost. But Hayden, I got some Iron Brew to try. So that's a thing I learned about. I don't know how that's going to be, but anyway, it's a soda. It's not a brew. It's called Iron Brew. Hayden knows. I don't know. Do you like it, Hayden? I've just heard about it, and I wanted to try it. So, anyway, we're in Jungle Jim's. We're lost. We don't know how to figure out where to go. We went to the cheese aisle. I don't know how many times, right? Because we're like, where's the checkout? And we go past the like kombucha bar, right? And there's this guy there who has weird hair, kind of like that guy. And we pass him, and I'm like, Reed, you see that guy over there? Trying to make a joke, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, we're just kind of like, oh, where's the checkout? He's like, yeah, like brushing me off. I'm like, no, look at this guy. And he's like, no. I'm like, no, look at this guy. He looks like he could be in Foxy. It's hilarious because like his hair, right?
No.
And he goes, they're from here. What? And he looks over there, and it's Eric Nally of Foxy Shazam. And Reed's like, I gotta talk to him because again, like Reed's all-time like one of his favorite bands ever, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like. And then I'm panicking because I'm like, wait, we're in a grocery store. I've never walked up to someone in a grocery store. What if this guy's really mean to him? Like, I'm worried about Reed.
You and I are the same person would be like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I said, Reed, be cool. But, and he's already booking it. And I'm like, okay. So thankfully, he was super sweet. And he seemed a little surprised that someone was even talking to him and like knew who he was, right? Yeah. He's lovely. We took a picture. There's groceries in the background, right? So that's hilarious. And we just happened to be the exact same lost place that we needed to be. And I was making a joke. Like, I didn't realize it was him.
That would be so exactly the thing that I would do. Like, does that guy look like?
Yeah, it's like, and then, of course, he's getting kombucha. Look at his hair.
The person you're with is like,
yeah. It's like, wait a second. I'm like, okay, I'm glad I made the joke and you paid attention to me finally. And that's what I was like, Reed, you got to listen to every joke I've ever made in my life because apparently some of them are real.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but it was awesome.
That's so cool.
And he was lovely.
Aw, good.
Yeah.
What a lovely little...
It's a random story. If we hadn't been lost right at that moment in time. You know?
To be.
Yeah, that's how it feels like.
Real quick, Hayden says that's their national beverage.
That's what I heard, Hayden. So I was like, well, I want to try the national beverage that I'm sure
gonna have
Hayden
to try some too next time.
Yeah.
I'm so overwhelmed with the international soda choices.
Oh my
that I get
gosh.
there, and I'm like,
I know.
You can get soda that tastes like corn.
Oh, everything you can possibly imagine. It's hard to go in there too, because it's like, one, you could spend hours in there, and we didn't have all the time because we're like, we got to hit the half price, right? Like, we got to go places.
Yeah.
But it was like, we always get a few little things from different places, and we're just like, okay, we got to stop because there's too much in here, and we can't buy the store.
Cincinnati's great. They've got comic book stores. They've got half price books. You can go to IKEA. You can go to Jungle Gyms. You get to do all of that in one day.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
There's a karaoke bar you can go to where a little robot comes out of the ceiling and brings you your drinks.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Nice.
Very cool. Now I want a soda. Awesome, hungry.
Yeah, I feel that.
Does anyone in the chat, do you guys have any weird experience where you run into like a celeb out in the wild?
That's my first time too, right? Because especially, I mean, random Midwest. Like, what are we going to really...
Yeah. I mean... Like, in our area of our neck of the woods, you can run into Steve Zahn, or
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
My husband's been in his house and filmed a video with him that could maybe be on Netflix at some point. I don't know. Which is weird, or Captain Kirk, who's a garbage human being. That's about it.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Power Rangers apparently hang out here a lot.
Just for the con, right?
But usually, like, they're here for a while from what I hear from where you are, but also like where I'm at. Yeah, like just all the time. It's very odd. And also, like, Nicholas Brendan was arrested a few hours from me. And apparently he was living there, and it was like random Indiana.
That's so weird.
And I was like, what's happening?
That is so weird.
So that's what we did.
The closest thing I have with that, except for like running into celebs like outside of cons, you know, like not where they're supposed to be or whatever, is that like my family, like my dad who'd passed away, were friends with the Depp family, as in Johnny Depp. And so, like, my sister stayed at their grandpa's house, or, like, his uncle was at my sister's wedding, like, that sort of, like, weird. But I'm younger, so I never got to, like, have that experience, which is rude.
Yeah, absolutely.
My sisters got to meet him when he was, like, a youngin'. Like,
that's so weird.
21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Like, just at, family gatherings. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cute, though.
Yeah.
Love that.
Owensboro's good for some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping I bump into Timothy Chalamet out in the world. If anyone can, it's you.
Absolutely. Manifest that.
Yeah, manifest.
Yeah. Make a joke about it and it'll happen.
My dad's a courier and didn't realize until after he left they dropped off a package for Robbie Coltrane, aka Hagrid. Aw!
That's cool.
He also made a joke to one person when they said they were a singer. He was like, yeah, I hope that goes well for you. It turns out they're a popular platinum selling artist here. That's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, it reminds me of like Lizzo had posted on her TikTok because she dressed up as Baby Yoda, as Grogu.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
At the Hollywood Walk. And all of her memes are so good where they're like, what's up, Baby Yoda? And she's like, you're baby. And then someone was like, hey, you're Lizzo. She's like, no, you think I'm Lizzo. That's so cute.
Oh.
Working in Manhattan, you end up walking by a lot of celebs. I think the biggest one for me was Bruce freaking Springsteen.
No, that's not even a celeb. That's the celeb.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Most of my celeb stories are at or around work. Would that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to be back. Is next Thursday still good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
We're going to be back Thursday at 11 Eastern. And we're going to talk about webtoons. But most importantly, Lore Olympus and Batman.
Which, by the way, I want to make a PSA for anyone. Obviously, you can read Lore Olympus online, but I did check Amazon for the hardcover, and it's, like, very discounted at this point. Oh, it's not now.
Oh, sorry.
Just kidding. It was like literally yesterday. It was like, I don't know, 50-something% off. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine.
it's still
I
discounted,
pre-ordered mine,
but
and they gave it to me half off.
yeah, it was like nearly
But
half off.
Barnes and Noble does have a variant cover for anyone looking to get more Olympus that wants a different cover. Barnes and Noble does have a variant, so
cool.
But yeah, we'll be back on Thursday, and I can update you all on my whether my PS5 arrives.
Looking forward to that. Also check out InStockTrades.com. Remember, deeply discounted things right now. Get your stuff early.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.